everyone! It's so wonderful to be here. I was just in New River like a few minutes ago, and I had to pick some of the bok choy from our hydroponic garden because look at them, aren't they amazing? So now today I was like, what can I make with it? So I went here to Regency Park to the Regency Fresh Makerspace to cook some wonton noodle soup for you with the bok choy that we picked from the Discovery Gardens and the mushrooms that we grew. So let's get to it. Before we make our wontons, we can make our wonton broth. So what we need is 5 cups of chicken broth, which I'm just going to put right here. It's better when the broth has sat. That way all the flavors just get in there. So what do we need for the broth? So first we put our chicken broth in there. And then I'm just cutting up a few pieces of ginger, maybe about 3. You can leave the skin in, because this is just for broth. We're not going to eat this, so unless you want to. So we're going to put it right there. And then we're going to put some green onions in there. We're just going to cut off the bottom. Drop that baby in there. And then we're going to put some garlic in there. I'm just going to smash it. Seasonings in it. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of soy sauce in there. And a tablespoon of fish sauce. Some people don't like fish sauce, so you can put some salt in there if you like. Careful though, the soy sauce is kind of salty already. Okay, so we're just going to let that goodness simmer in there. Once it starts boiling, we can put some of our bok choy in there and also put some of our oyster mushrooms there too. Actually, I'm going to put some of it right now just to get the flavor. Okay, so let that boil for a while, and then once it starts going into a rolling boil, turn it down and let it simmer. We're just going to leave that alone for a bit, and now we're going to make our wontons. So now what we're going to do is make our wontons. Since this would take a lot of time, usually I remember my family coming together, just making batches and batches of wontons and just freezing them for later. You never know when you have the craving, right? Anyway, so what we have for wonton is wonton wrappers, which you can buy anywhere. Publix has it, or you can go to your Asian market. And we also have some ground beef and pork. I just grabbed this from the store, and it's the meatloaf mix of beef and pork already ground up. I think the mixture gives it a little bit more oomph, so I like that. And then we have about half a pound of shrimp, which we will dice up later. We have Shaoxing wine, which is a Chinese cooking wine. If you don't have this, a dry sherry would work as well. We also need some sesame oil. Be careful with sesame oil. People think you need to put a lot of them, but you don't. It's very strong. So today we're just going to use about a tablespoon. A tablespoon of soy sauce. People think all soy sauces are the same. It's not. It's kind of like saying all beers are the same. It's not. It's all brewed differently. So if you could find a Chinese soy sauce in your Asian market or Publix or anywhere, that would be better. And also to bind all the ingredients together so it doesn't fall apart, we're going to use a half a tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to use our ginger that we peeled earlier, and then we're going to grate it later. We're going to use about 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to grate those things as well. And then I'm going to try and put some green onions in there as well. It'll give it some spice, some taste. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and prep this. Now we're going to mix all this together. I don't know about you, but I like using my hands, so I'm using my hands. So make sure every piece of the ground meat and the shrimp gets every bit of what we put in there. So now for the fun part, we're going to start to wrap some wontons. So first off, make sure your wonton is dry. It usually has some cornstarch on it, so it separates. So we're just gonna get one. We're gonna get some water. Put a little bit of water in the corners here. You can invite your friends over, your family over, make them do this. It's a fun little activity. Usually when all the aunties come together and do this, this is when all the gossip starts, you know. Make some family memories around wontons. So we've wrapped a few wontons here, and it's probably good for 4 servings. Anyway, we're still waiting for our broth to boil, so we're going to prep our bok choy. Put it in our broth just so it could simmer and it could cook for a little bit. It will soften it. So while we're waiting for that to boil, I just want to talk to you about the noodles I'm going to use. I'm just using a ready-made noodle. It's in the frozen aisle of your supermarket. It's ready to go. Just defrost it, and then when you're ready to eat it, just put it in your broth. So easy, right? Or if you're in a pinch, don't tell my ancestors, but I'm sure they'll understand. You can use ramen. Let's try it. So yummy. There you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed our little presentation here, and I hope you enjoy making wonton with your family. So from the Discovery Gardens of New River Library, and the Regency Fresh Test Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining us today.